Hi everyone, Mon here. Welcome to the channel. This channel is Intuitive Soul Savant, and we are all soul savants in this group. How are we going? How are we going? I know it's been a rough month. I know this Cancer season, we've had Jupiter leave Cancer. And towards the end of that Jupiter leaving Cancer, you know, we had Venus had already been through Cancer. Mercury is retrograding in Cancer. The Sun is still in Cancer. Yesterday, the Sun opposed my natal Sun in Capricorn. That was yesterday. And, you know, it's been a tricky month for all of the souls that are dealing with their inner child, adult child work. It all came back up for everybody to have a look at. And I've been out and about in the field and spoken with, you know, because I know a lot of adult children, and I know the ones doing the work. And it has been difficult. You know, this is stuff that you thought that you'd cleared out in years and years of counselling and group work or whatever you've done. Courses that you've paid for and all of this sort of thing. And we get a Mercury retrograde in Cancer and Jupiter leaving, and we're left with, you know, it seems like we've not done any work and the wound has popped up. But Cancer rules the family and Cancer rules the home. So if it hasn't been issues surrounding your family of origin, it could be to do with your home, whether you've been evicted or the lease isn't being renewed or change. So, you know, I have a lot of compassion. I have so much compassion for us, okay, humanity. We're all going through a dark night of the soul with Pluto transiting Aquarius. So we've had a couple of those 4 degrees aspects. On the 16th of July, we had Uranus sextile Neptune, Uranus in Gemini, sextile Neptune in Aries, and that was at 4 degrees and 24 minutes. Neptune's retrograding, okay. That's going to happen another 2 times that Uranus will sextile Neptune, all right. And Uranus trined Pluto on the 18th, okay, so that's last week, and that was at 4 degrees and 30 minutes. You know, when they've said 4 degrees, you know, all these aspects, none of them were the exact minutes, okay? It wasn't as if everything turned 4 degrees and 5 minutes. It didn't happen that way, and it didn't all happen in the one day, but it's all the energy is happening. Okay, and it's big time, and it's going right through to 2032. Okay, so we've got Neptune sextiling Pluto. There's another 12, 13 times for that to happen right through till 2032. Okay, so this is the long game. The long game, we're on the wave. Okay, we're surfing. And, you know, I'm just catching up. I'm feeling better. I'm going to Surfers Paradise on Friday, this coming Friday, the day that Mercury stations direct and squares Saturn in Aries. At the moment, I have Saturn squaring my natal Mercury. So let's see if I actually get to go. Okay, I'm not going to cancel. Mercury stationing direct. I've got Saturn squaring my Mercury. Mercury is squaring Saturn. You know, like it, to me, it'll be really interesting if my card makes it and everything makes it, and the people I'm going to meet there make it. You know, but this, we can't plan our life around astrology. Well, we can. But Mercury retrogrades 4 times a year. I think when I go to Bali in October, the day that we leave to go to Bali, and I didn't book these tickets, Venus retrogrades, stations retrograde. So it'll be like, oh, okay, and Venus is all social and what have you, and there's 5 of us, 6 of us off to Bali. So that will be interesting too. So I'll keep you tuned. I'm going to make a video this week for Saturday, okay? I won't be here in this place, but next week is so juicy astrologically that I'm, I don't want to miss at least one video a week, okay? I don't want to miss. I want to become consistent. So I will make a video this week regarding next week's transits, which are juicy, that are all going to happen while I'm away. So this will be fun. Going to state surfing championships, longboards, okay? I'm surf culture. I grew up in surf culture. I love it. I love it. Very healthy culture to be around. So Uranus sextile Neptune, that was exact last week. Uranus trine Pluto, that was exact last week. Another 4 times for that to happen. So today is Monday here in Sydney time, Australia. And today, Mars in Gemini. See, Mars has still got to go through Cancer yet. So we're still not finished with this Cancer business, all right? So, to project or forecast astrology, we've had that Jupiter go through Cancer. The Sun, Venus went through a while back. The Sun, Mercury retrograded there and will leave Cancer, right? But then Mars has got to come along. So to me, I'd be thinking, well, whatever family of origin or home stuff that comes up, if people have not taken action to change situations that need to be changed, well, Mars is coming along to do that. I would also think that, maybe some people might get a little cranky, Mars, in Cancer with their family or home situations, So it's still not finished. It's not finished. We are all going through a dark night of the soul, and the astrology is going to show you that, all right? It will show you that from here on out, all the personal planets, all the jigging and jugging that's going to happen in the astrology. We are in a dark night of the soul, Pluto, right? The underworld. We're in the underworld, the collective is, okay? I opened up an YouTube app today. I'm on YouTube. And I saw our media, Channel 7 or whatever it was, and it had all these videos. And I just sort of opened 7 videos just to see the headlines. Oh, my God, they're bombing and carrying on. Well, Mars is in Gemini. Trump is a Gemini. What's he done? He's gone to war and he's gone crazy. Iran, Jordan, blah, blah, blah. See, so maybe that'll all calm down when Mars ingresses into Cancer. Trump will pull his hand off the lever. But, nothing surprises me. I don't get involved. It's got nothing to do with me. All I've got to do is my little human job of evolving the self as part of the collective, which I keep banging on about. So today, Monday, Mars in Gemini is sextiling Saturn in Aries. Okay, so maybe that Saturn in Aries will be able to pull the reins back a bit from this maniac, okay? That was very early this morning, Sydney time. So that's Sunday time for you guys if you get to watch this video now. And it's at 14 degrees and 42 minutes. Mars in Gemini, 14 degrees, 42 minutes. Saturn in Aries, it's a sextile, okay. 14 degrees, 42 minutes. But something has to happen, right? So with the sextile, action needs to be taken. Well, we're talking Mars, so there's going to be action taken, okay? So just keep that in mind if you keep your eyes on the news, and this war going on over there. Also today, Jupiter is in Leo. Yes, we all know that for a year. It's early degrees. And Jupiter today hasn't even happened yet. It's 5:23 p.m. today here, Sydney time. So that'll be like midnight for you guys, or Sunday time for you guys, okay? And that'll be at 4 degrees, 22 minutes, right? So there's all these 4 degrees, but the minutes are very different. So that's Jupiter in Leo, trine Neptune retrograde. Neptune is retrograde in Aries, all right? So, you know, let's get some truth happening today. Jupiter in Leo, and the trine of the Neptune, some spirituality, some morality, you know, with Jupiter, spirituality, morality. Hopefully something comes up that can put a hold on what's going on over there in the east, all right? Let's not get involved, but, you know, I rely on the astrology for these energies going on, okay? And you have to know, we're not the only astrologers here, right? All forms of power have astrologers. They know what's going on too. They have astrologers. You don't think these is all willy-nilly. The dates, you know, it's not. Just know that the powers that want to be have astrologers. I'm not one of them, thank God. All right? Whoever would sell their soul to be an astrologer to this crazy mob, you know, the powers that want to be. God help them, you know, God help them. So Jupiter in Leo, let's get some truth, you know, with the purity of the Neptunian in Aries, and please don't fog the reality, Neptune, okay? Don't fog up the reality, all right? Give us some truth with the Jupiter in Leo, the truth, 4 degrees, 22 minutes. So tomorrow is, now, you know, don't get scared. Yes, it's a bit heavy. We have Jupiter in Leo opposing Pluto in Aquarius, all right? That happens a little after midnight here, Tuesday, so that'll be Monday, Northern Hemisphere. Jupiter will oppose Leo at 4 degrees, 26 minutes, okay? You know, I think that'll bring some truth to the light, truth and light to Pluto in Aquarius, the collective's wishes, right? The collective's wishes, not the powers that want to be's wishes, the collective's wishes. So please, Jupiter in Leo, send the truth out there that the collective do not want to know about all of this. And we will do what we have to do as a collective in the next 20 years. All right, so that is tomorrow. And yes, the astrologers that the younger ones and what have you might foreshadow that as a scary moment. Look, nothing could be scarier than being alive today. But we're not going to look at it that way because that's not who we are on this channel. We're all powerful. We are all light. A lot of us here on this channel are starseeds, angelic beings, way showers. You know, we're old souls. That's why we're going through it, because we can. We're strong enough to. Our souls are capable. What doesn't kill us strengthens us, and that's us, okay? So we are observing and we are doing our inner work as part of the collective, all right? It's very interesting. So just after midnight, Tuesday morning here, Monday, Northern Hemisphere, Jupiter will oppose Pluto 4 degrees, 26 minutes. Also here, later in the evening here, so it'll be very early after midnight for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, Tuesday morning for you guys, Jupiter will sextile Uranus. Jupiter in Leo, Uranus in Gemini, late evening here, 4 degrees, 38 minutes. 4 degrees, 4 degrees, 4 degrees. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? Because 4, the numerology of 4 is stability, groundedness, stability, reliability, steadfast, sober-minded, okay? So that's what 4 degrees is in numerology. So I feel it's on our side. Yes, they're trines and sextiles, right? It's on our side. Other than that opposition from Jupiter to Pluto, all this 4 degrees business is all trines and sextiles. It's good energy. Okay, so with Pluto involved in it all, it's on the collective side for sure. 4 degrees, 38 minutes, Jupiter in Leo, sextiling Uranus in Gemini. Wednesday here, there's no aspects. Thursday, the 23rd of July, the sun ingresses into Leo. Yay, we all say, because the sun's favourite position is Leo. All right. At the end of this week, those nodes will move into Leo, and we'll discuss that. I'll discuss that in next week's video, okay? You know, because that is important. We've got Jupiter in Leo. I mentioned it in the last video, and then that south karmic node will enter Leo as well. So positive energy and karmic energy, you know, it'll be interesting. So that happens early in the morning here on Thursday this week, all right? So that'll be Wednesday for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere. The sun ingresses into Leo. Happy birthday, Leos. And Leo risings, Leo moons, you know. Everybody's got a Leo in their family. There's no doubt about it, because it's a family sign. It's the father, okay? It's the father energy with the Leo. Friday. Now, so after that sun enters Leo, right, not even 24 hours, so 5:13 a.m. here Thursday, right, so 5:13 in the morning here, sun enters Leo. Well, the next day, Friday, after midnight, just after midnight, the sun in Leo will square Chiron in Taurus. Now, that's an important energy, because Chiron, as I said the last video, will retrograde back to Aries, and then Chiron will come into Taurus for a long time. And, you know, the sun enters Leo and immediately is in that challenging aspect with Chiron, the wounded healer, which is an imperative energy in a birth chart. Imperative energy. Chiron is my friend. And I've been studying and integrating Chiron for a long time, a couple of decades, easy, the wounded healer. And in Taurus, you know, it's all about the collective. We like security. Taurus likes security. All of us like security. Humans like security. We like to duck off and be adventurers and get into a little bit of Saggy energy and travel and spread our wings and you know, be free. But then we get tired and we need stability and we need a roof over our head if the weather's bad, okay? So that sun is going to square Chiron at 0 degrees 49 minutes. That is, you know, the beginning of Leo. Okay, so that energy, it's just a taste. I don't imagine that too much is going to happen with this first touch of the square from the sun, right? But it's just a touch. And we won't really feel Chiron in Taurus until it ingresses there permanently for, you know, the 8, 9, I don't even know how many years it spends in Taurus, because it is different years with every sign. Okay, but that will be interesting energy, that challenging aspect. Chiron in Taurus will be challenged by Pluto as well, okay? And challenged by Jupiter for a year, all right? So, you know, I'm very interested in that energy, that Chiron in Taurus energy. Now, the same day, this Friday, when I'm traveling, Mercury will station direct. It'll be 8:58 a.m. here, Sydney time. So that's actually Thursday evening for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere. It'll be at 16 degrees and 19 minutes. All right, 16 degrees, 19 minutes. Now, Astrologers, then, yes, right. The orb is there where that Mercury station direct is squaring Saturn in Aries. It's not exact, so it's not actually written, okay? It's a wide orb. So where's Saturn? Saturn is at 14 degrees, 42 minutes, right? So it's 2 degrees or something. There's an orb there, but it's not exact. Mercury doesn't go all the way back to square Saturn. So it's a little loose, but be aware of it. I'm totally aware of this Saturn in Aries. Why? Saturn rules Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. My Mercury is at 14 degrees exact. 14 degrees, 42 minutes is where my Mercury is in Capricorn. So that Saturn in Aries is squaring. I'm feeling that restriction, the sickness, the restriction. That's why I think it'll be interesting if I get away this Friday. But I'm not worried, right? Say my little prayer. I'll leave exactly when Mercury's stationing direct. And it's only a 3-4 hour trip. We'll see if I make it. That'll be lovely. You'll know. Okay, so this is Friday. The Sun squaring Chiron, Mercury stationing direct. All right, and we'll all be glad for that. We'll all be glad for that. So as deep as Mercury's retrograded back to is 16 degrees, 19 minutes. All right, so we will have to wait then for Mercury to speed up and to move out of Cancer to join Jupiter in Leo. And so after that Mercury stations direct, on the Saturday, it sextiles Venus in Virgo. So we need a bit of that because Venus in Virgo has been misbehaving. Venus isn't real happy in Virgo. It is the sign before Libra. So Venus will be home when it ingresses into Libra. Venus in Virgo is very critical and judgy, and Venus isn't so much like that, okay? Venus, Virgo has a sharp tongue, not sharp, but it's great. It's great with its words. It's articulate, Virgo. And, that some of the articulation in Virgo when Venus is there can be a bit sharp for Venus, all right? A little sharp. So that Mercury, as soon as it stations direct at 16 degrees, 19 minutes, will sextile Venus in Virgo at 16 degrees, 20 minutes. 1 minute, okay, from its actual station. Oh, dear. So, communications with family, with the Venus in Virgo, let's not get critical of our loved ones or be thinking negatively about our loved ones. And if you do want to get critical of your family or loved ones, keep it to yourself. Don't express it, okay? You're best to not express it or you'll be in the doghouse this weekend. Right, Mercury in Cancer, the family, thinking of the family. It's got no energy because it's just stationed, not moving, right? 1 minute's movement, and then it sextiles, which isn't easy. It's an easy energy. But, if it's not, if you don't have awareness around it, we just don't want to be harming anybody. Right? We don't want to be harming. Life is just a lot, right? It's a lot. It's too much some days, okay? So we have compassion for ourselves, number one, and understand our own selves. And if we're feeling like that, or others are feeling like that too. So that is our week, okay? The Mercury stationing direct, the Sun moving in Leo, that Jupiter opposing Pluto, okay? I think that's all going to happen with egos out there, okay, with the powers that want to be. That's all. Ego, Pluto, just keep doing your inner work, keep loving on yourself, keep reparenting yourself if you're my age, born before the internet, and have compassion for others. That's it. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. But first, have compassion for ourselves. And don't be too heavy on ourselves or too judgy on ourselves, especially with Jupiter in Leo, okay? Because that father voice, you know, that father voice can come back if you've had a critical father. All right. So I love you all, and I will be making a video for you for Saturday, even though I won't be here. I won't be making it that day. I'll be at a SurfCon. All right. I love you all. Love, love, love. And let's talk soon. And thank you for commenting too. Please like and comment. Then more people get to appreciate these videos. All right, my friends, my family, my brothers and my sisters. All right. Bye.